首くらい自分でくっつけろよな。
背中から出てきたもう一体は何だ。
へえ、やるな。お前いいな。肉付きもいいな。シミもあざも傷もねえんだな。血気術飛び違がだ。一回落ちたな。
ま、一筋なにゃ。
ん？やっぱり毒効いてるじゃねえか、じわじわと。
いや、全然効いてないね。
おしんが伸び。それはどうかな。なんだこいつら。
こいつも死になさいよ。お前あの時
宇髄さんは毒を食らってる。俺が守らないと。ほんの少しでも動いたら。くれ、刀をくれ。
なんだこの立ち筋は。早い。本当に名言逃走。逃げ道がねえ。早く角をつけなければ全滅だ。
そんな無意味な攻撃今するか。血気術バッコ長領。おいおいおい。
お願い聞いて。ほんのわずかな間でいいの。
血気術。
死の方氷山無剣。消えた。開く。
動け動け。少しは役に立て。どうする。急げ急げ。
かまど炭治郎。
無理な話なんだよな。
またあれか。
まずこっちの首を切ろう。ゼイツ、猪之助を守ろう。よし。
切れないわよ。切れるわけない。
首やった猪之助。なんであいつがこっちに。宇髄さんは。炭治郎危ない。ゼイツ、俺に構うな。俺が早くあいつに気づけていたら。ごめん、みんなごめん。ひどい。こんなことになるなんて。悔しいんだな、自分の弱さが。準備してたんだ。なんだこれは。おかしい。たかが来ない。 頭突きと同時に刺された俺を倒そうとする意志が眠れない
そんな奴に首切られないでよ。
押し戻ったら
あんたみたいに醜いやつが私の兄弟なわけないわ。この役立たず出来損ないの醜いやつよ。
どれだけ俺に助けられた。弱くて何の取り柄もないお前なんか生まれてこなけりゃよかった。
うるさいんだよ。私たちに説教するんじゃないわよ。なんとかしてよ、お兄ちゃん。お兄ちゃん。
そうだ、俺の妹の名前は梅だった。羅生門菓子遊郭の最下層で生まれた俺たち、生まれてくる前に何度も殺されそうになり、それでも俺は生き延びた。醜い声や要望をあざけられ、汚いと言って石を投げられた。俺は醜かったし汚かった。美貌が全ての価値基準である遊郭では、俺の中で何かが変わり始めたのは梅が生まれてからだ。俺は自分が喧嘩に強いと気づいて取り立ての仕事を始めた。自分の醜さが誇らしくなり、梅が13になるまでは仕事から戻ったらお前は丸焦げになっていた。侍の目玉をかんざしでついて失明させたので、やめろやめろやめろ、元に戻せ俺の妹。
感謝いたします。厄介払いができてよかった。
誰も助けちゃくれない、いつものことだ。どんな時だって全てが俺たちに対して容赦をしなかった。
どうしたどうした、かわいそうに。その娘間もなく死ぬだろう。あの方に選ばれれば鬼となれる。お前らは鬼となり、俺のように銃に気づき、
鬼になったことに後悔はねえ。幸せそうな他人を許さない。なんだここは、地獄か。
そっちが出口？さっきのこと怒ったの？謝るから許してよ。ごめんなさい。うまく立ち回れなくって。ねえお兄ちゃん、私を嫌わないで、叱らないで。
Tengen finds Hanatsuru on the outskirts of the district, having poisoned herself to escape but remained unable to contact him. Battling Daki by himself, Tanjiro tries to use his hinokami kagura but realizes the fatigue on his body is preventing him from fighting effectively. Elsewhere, Inosuke discovers an incredibly narrow passageway under his house, leading to a cavern which appears to serve as a holding cell, full of obi that Daki has used to absorb her victims. This obi turns out to be an entity that can function independently from Daki's body. Inosuke first attempts to slay it but decides to prioritize freeing the people trapped inside. Overwhelmed, he nevertheless manages to free Suma and Makio, two of Tengen's wives, as well as Zenitsu, all of whom assist him in his fight, before being joined by Tengen himself. Nezuko fights Daki, and despite taking major injuries, she regenerates them almost instantly, causing the shocked Daki to proclaim that Nezuko's regenerative ability is stronger than her own. Nezuko brutally attacks Daki, completely overwhelming her, and throws her into an inhabited building. While Daki heals, Nezuko notices that one of the civilians is bleeding. Blinded by her rage, her demonic bloodlust kicks in and she goes to attack the civilian, before Tanjiro intervenes, restraining her. Tengen soon arrives and beheads Daki with ease, doubting she is as powerful as she claims. However, Daki does not die. Instead, she wails and cries, causing her brother Gyutaro to emerge from within her. Gyutaro, who is also the upper six alongside Daki, reattaches Daki's head, and, full of jealousy at Tengen's good looks, begins to fight him using his sickles and blood demon art. Overwhelmed, Tengen struggles to stand his ground while protecting the civilians, as Daki and Gyutaro fight as one. Tanjiro manages to calm Nezuko down, just as Zenitsu and Inosuke arrive to help. Taking Nezuko to safety, Tanjiro focuses on the coming battle despite his injuries. Tengen trades barbs with Gyutaro and Daki over their clashing beliefs. As a young man, Tengen was brutally trained by his father as a member of the shinobi, and wanting to avoid the path taken by his surviving brother, he approached Kaguya, alongside his wives, who commended him on striving away from his past. As they fight, he separates the siblings but realizes he was poisoned by Gyutaro's earlier cut. Tengen is joined by Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, praising and acknowledging them. The district is evacuated by Suma and Makio, while Hanatsuru recovers and approaches the battle. Planning to behead them simultaneously, the clash is split as Daki engages Zenitsu and Inosuke, while Gyutaro clashes with Tengen and Tanjiro. Syncing their powers and fighting as one, the upper-rank siblings overwhelm the demon slayers. However, Tanjiro, realizing his water breathing is more useful defensively, is able to fend off Gyutaro's attacks. Hanatsuru enters the fight and fires wisteria-laced kunais at Gyutaro, allowing Tengen and Tanjiro to move in and reach his neck. Gyutaro neutralizes the wisteria poison and regenerates his legs, allowing him to stop their charge. With his blood demon art, he fends off Tengen and grabs Hanatsuru. Seeing her life in danger and hearing Tengen's pleas, Tanjiro combines his hinokami kagura and water breathing, unleashing a very fast charge that stuns the demon, saving her. Tengen shows his gratitude and joins his attempt to slice off Gyutaro's head, while Zenitsu and Inosuke continue to fend off Daki's obi. Gyutaro stops the blades from hitting him and unleashes his blood demon art again, forcing Tengen to throw himself and Gyutaro away to save Hanatsuru and Tanjiro. With Tengen fighting Gyutaro alone, Tanjiro joins Zenitsu and Inosuke in facing Daki. Coordinating their attacks, Tanjiro and Zenitsu open the way for Inosuke, who saws off Daki's head with his swords and runs away with it, preventing reattachment. Gyutaro suddenly appears, stabbing Inosuke from behind and retrieving Daki's head. Tanjiro turns around, only to see an injured and downed Tengen. Devastated for not being able to help them in time, Tanjiro freezes. Zenitsu pushes him off the roof to save him from an incoming obi attack. Surviving his fall, Tanjiro finds Nezuko's box, relieved she is safe. Gyutaro arrives, mocking his inability to defend her and his friends and slamming him around the burning city. With Tanjiro at his mercy, Gyutaro proposes he become a demon, willing to spare him. Tanjiro responds by headbutting him, simultaneously stabbing him with a poisoned kunai. Immobilizing Gyutaro, he attempts his hinokami kagura once more to behead him. Daki sees this but is attacked by Zenitsu before she can intervene, using his fastest form to reach her neck. Gyutaro removes the kunai and recovers. Before he can kill him, Tengen, having halted the poison's effects, intervenes, battling Gyutaro despite his wounds. Seeing his chance, Tanjiro reaches Gyutaro's neck, whilst getting stabbed in the jaw. Summoning his remaining strength, he begins to slice through. Zenitsu loses momentum without cutting Daki's neck but is joined by Inosuke, revealing he moved his internal organs upon getting stabbed, causing Gyutaro to miss his heart. The demon slayers simultaneously behead the siblings, whose heads roll close to each other. As Tanjiro reels from the poison, Tengen tells him to run, just as Gyutaro's body explodes, sending waves of blood blades and destroying the city. Nezuko burns the blood blades with her blood demon art. Waking up, Tanjiro realizes he is no longer poisoned, reuniting with Nezuko. He soon finds Zenitsu, who guides him to a dying Inosuke. Nezuko burns away Gyutaro's poison, saving him. They find Tengen surrounded by his wives and she saves him as well. Setting out to finish the demons, they find a pool of blood, where Tanjiro takes a sample for Tamayo. Finding them arguing over whose fault their defeat is and insulting their relationship, Tanjiro intervenes but Daki dies first. Seeing this, Gyutaro remembers his past life.